Okay, so welcome to the 2021 Wildwood 273 QBXL. Starting right in the bumper here, if you just pull this cap off, reach in, we've got your sewer hose there. So just take note of those two ears, that's how your sewer hose will connect to your sewer system. The sewer hose, once stretched out, is about 20 feet long, and the storage in the bumper just helps keep the stench out of the trailer. So this little port right there, just pop that open. You got cable on the left, satellite on the right, so coax cables will plug into there, fire up at your TV location. Down a little bit, you've got stabilizer jack here. You've got them in each corner of the trailer. So what these guys will do, they'll just run down, contact the ground, another half turn or so just to firm them up, and that'll just help get rid of the sway in the trailer. So as you're walking through it right now, you can notice it's got that bounce to it. So bringing these guys down will just help stabilize it and keep it stable for you while you're camping. Additionally, you've got these strong arms here, so you just be loosening off that little T-handle there while you bring them down. Once they're in place and locked in, you just tighten that down. Just gives it that stability forward and back. Right in this little port here, just pop that up. We've got your shore cord. So standard 30 amp end right there. Most campsites will have that. You can plug straight on in and you're good to go. If they don't, we do provide you with a 15 amp adapter as well. So if you wanted to plug in at home to charge your batteries, run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Right underneath it, we've got your sewer system. So the sewer cap there, we're just gonna press in, turn it off. You can see it's got the exact same ears there. So that's just the antifreeze from the winterization. Sewer hose will attach the same way. Just line up those ears, lock it into place, and that's that. On the left, you got a black valve. On the right, you got a gray valve. So black valve is for your black tank, gray valve is for your gray tank. Black valve or black tank is filled from your toilets. So that's typically your dirtiest water. You wanna open that up first, let that drain out completely. Once that's done, you'll open up the gray just to help flush out the sewer hose, just help keep things cleaner. Gray tanks filled from your showers and your sinks, so typically it's cleaner water. Then moving down the side. Right up at the front here, you've got your other stabilizer jack. Right up above it, we've got a storage compartment. So it does see straight through to the other side and is also accessible from underneath your bed. Over in the front, right back there, you've just got the little battery disconnect. So that short side of your little keyway there, pointing up to on, it's your battery's turned on. Turn it out counterclockwise, pulls out, and that's your battery's disconnected from the system. So, go back in. As for your battery itself, it's right in that box right there. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back or into your 7-pin plug to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. You can see this customer has opted for a weight distribution set, so we've got the hangers right there on either side. And right inside this cover here, so you can just loosen off those two knobs, push them back, open up the lid. We've got your propane tanks. So just pull that off for the sake of the video. So you can see on the right side here, just standard propane tank or a barbecue tank style. Just turn it to close, turn it to open. It is not on a changeover system, so you just kind of want to run one tank until the propane stops, then you can switch over while you get this one filled. Over on this side here, you got this little port. Open that up, got a Furion solar panel plug-in. So Furion solar panel, plug right into there, charge your batteries. Right here, you've got the other end of your storage compartment. So we got a water hose in here for you, as well as that park adapter I was telling you about. So your 30 amp cord into that, 15 amp into a standard outlet. And right back here up on the wall, you just got this little bit here for running all of your stabilizer jacks. So 1/4-inch drive, running to a standard drill. And right behind it there, this little latch is actually just for your T-handles on your strong arms. And right in the front here, that's just your manual override for your front tongue jack. Right beside the entry door here, you've got your hot water tanks. That keyway there lines up and pops open. All of the controls for this are just inside the unit. However, before you ever turn it on, you just want to hit that relief valve right there. If it's full of water, you'll get a little bit of water that'll come out, just letting you know that it is in fact full, and letting you know that you're also safe to fire it up. And once we're inside and we go over the fire up, I will go over a reset procedure as well. The reset button that I'll refer to is just right there. Right. So the bottom two posts line up, press it back into place, lock it with the keyway. Beside it, we've got your fresh water tank inlet. So put water hose into there, turn on the water, fills up your fresh water tank. The drain for that tank is just right down here, that white valve, you pull it over to the side and it drains out. right here, you've just got the exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure nothing's blocking that. It does get hot. And right up here, you've just got a little vent for your stove. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it. You've got a fan inside to evacuate those fumes, and you just want to make sure that guy's open there to push them out. So underneath is just a little flap. Once you're traveling or done cooking, you just close it back in place. Into the back, right here, you've got a little GFI protected outlet. So if you wanted power outside, you got the outlets for it. Right above it is a cable and satellite outlet as well. So if you wanted to mount a TV out here, you got the power to do so. Right down here, you've got your low point drains. So in the back is a blue line, in the front is a red line. So blue is cold, red is hot. Just open that up, drain out the water lines for the trailer. Typically, you'd be using that for winterizing, or if you're leaving the trailer for an extended period of time, just that whenever your water goes stagnant. Right back here is your outside kitchen. So pop that open. 120 volt fridge on the right here. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, this fridge is going for you. You've got your propane hose in here, as well as your water hose. So for your water hose, it just goes right into the spray port here. Open that up. You got the little quick connect here, so it's got 2 ears on it there. Those will just line up right there at about the 7 and 2 o'clock position. Press it in, 8th turn locks it into place, and you're good to go. The end of the hose just has that little garden sprayer on it. So for your stove, we're just going to pull it out. You got the propane line back here. So it just has a little dust cap, so just pull those off. And the quick connect just works with pulling that collar back, and that's that. So right, where is it on this guy here? Right in the back. We're just gonna pull that collar back, press it in, lock it in place, make sure that collar is fully engaged, and we're good. So the outlet for this guy is just right in the back of the unit here, kind of inside of the frame. So right there, you got the valve on it on the other side here as well. So with that valve closed, you can operate that collar. With that valve open, you cannot, it's just an added safety. So push that back, push it into place, lock it in, open up the bubble, flow of propane. And we'll come over here, you just turn it over to light. And you're just kind of gonna be going past it each time. So we'll just open it up, let it kind of clear the air out of the system, bring it back, try it again, and just repeat until it does fire up for you. So you can just kind of see that flame going underneath there now. That's all you're looking for. Temperature control going downward, and then once you're done, of course, right off. On the left side here, it's just a little grease catcher. Alright, so for removing that hose, we're going to close that valve, push the collar back, pop the hose off, make sure you keep that dust cover back on it. Pull off the other end here. And now with this hose, I actually prefer to just connect it to itself. That just ensures that absolutely nothing's getting in there. And we'll just store it back in the fridge. And then in the very back of the unit, you've got your spare tire, of course, as well as your city water connection on the right here. So water hose will plug into there, turn it on, pressurize the water lines throughout the unit. And right beside it is your black tank flush. So over time, you may notice you've dumped out that black tank, you know for a fact that it's full, but your monitor panel is still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, that's just some debris in the tank. So you can just take your water hose, plug it into there, open up your black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out the tank for you. All right. So lastly out here, you just got the 2 exterior speakers. And we'll make our way inside. All right, so the door is on a friction hinge. It'll just kind of stay where you leave it. Then for your steps, you're just gonna grab that yellow handle. Either way, we'll undo it. They pop down. You just got the little pins on either side there. So you can pop those out, adjust the length of your leg. All right. And as we make our way on in, First thing right up on the wall there is your fire extinguisher. Pull the pin, point and shoot. And right up here on the right, center right there, is your light switch. Activates these 2 lights on your entrance. And right below it is your slide out switch. So press the bottom, the top, and it'll make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, you'll just get some clicks from the motors letting you know they are fully extended. My bad, sorry, this is actually a different style of slide. You'll just hear some whirs from the motors letting you know they're fully extended, and then they'll automatically shut off. And that's that. So the light switch on the left there is for your outside awning light. And for your awning, just press and hold the bottom of that switch and the awning makes its way out. So once that awning's fully extended, you'll just see the little flap at the end come down. So that there's the flap you're looking for. And once that's downward, you're pretty well fully extended. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold water. So at that point, you can grab this arm here, pull it down, tighten down this knob there, and that'll just hold the awning at a separate pitch there, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like this angle better, just because it does give you more shade, you do have the option to do the same thing at the front here. Pull that down, lock it into place, and there you go with a little bit more shade. Before you ever bring it back in though, just want to make sure these guys are loosened off and fully extended, just so you don't run the risk of bending anything. Another thing to keep in mind is it is just one big wind sock. If the wind were to pick up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour of wind, you do want to bring it back in just so that you don't run the risk of bending your arms. Before bringing it back in, we'll just press and hold that same button, which makes your way back. Now when bringing it in, do make sure that it is folding the fabric on top of the tube, just so that when it is fully closed, it's not going to hold water. So that awful noise you're hearing is likely just that strap, probably because it's cold. Throw some lube on it for you before the unit leaves. That's that. So this little red switch on the right there, turn that on, that's your water heater. That little red light there will come on, letting you know that the ignition sequence will start. Once it has started, it'll go back off. It'll try that 3 times. If it comes back on after the 3rd try, it's letting you know that it hasn't fired up. At that point, you'll be going out, hitting that reset button that we'd shown you. So stood right here, you can hear it going. We know it's good, so we'll turn that back off. And right beside it is your water pump. Turn that on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your freshwater tank. Right above it, we've got your monitor system. So on the left, there's battery. It tells you your battery charge level. C would be charging, G is good, F is fair, and L is low. Freshwater tank level, so as you fill it up, it'll go to 1/3, 2/3, then full. Same idea for your black and your gray. So GFI protected outlet right by the kitchen there. Right up top here, you also got a little light. All of the lights throughout the trailer are just on their own little center push buttons. A little bit of storage up here. Right beside it, we've got your microwave. It's pretty standard, just like home. Not much I can teach you there. Below it, we've got your range vent. So, got the light on the left there, fan on the right. So that's the fan that you'll be wanting me to open up that vent outside for. For your stove, we're just going to lift up the bifold cover, pull it down, kind of falls into place, holds itself there. Then we can turn the knob over to the little flame, hit the sparker, and as it clears all the air out of the system, you can see she fires right up. Temperature control just going downward. Okay. Now the first time you go to fire things up after traveling or having a propane system turned off for a while, it may take a while to clear all the air out of the system. This center burner here is a high output burner, so if you fire this up first, it'll help with everything else getting going a little bit quicker as well. So for closing it, we're just going to lift it up that little bit, which folds right down. For your stove, we're just going to open it up, turn it over to pilot, press and hold. You can kind of feel it falls into place there. And just grab a lighter, And right in the back there, that pilot light gets going. You're just gonna hold that knob in for another couple seconds, then you can release and it'll hold itself. Then you can turn it up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. But once you're done, you can turn it back down to pilot and it'll hold just the pilot light for you. However, if you're leaving the trailer for a while or going traveling, you just wanna make sure that guy's right off. You get a little bit more storage beside it, as well as underneath your sink. For your fridge here, you just got that travel latch just over to the side there. You can open her up. Temperature control just right in the top. Fridge right above it all. Again, temperature control right in the back there. Right in the hallway here. Got your thermostat, so press that bar in the bottom. It'll wake it up. Hit it again. It'll come into your fan speed. So a fan is just going to be moving air. You can have it on low or high. After fan, it'll come into cool with a high fan or with the low fan or on auto, in which case it'll cycle the fan in and out as needed. Same idea for high. So we'll just select our temperature right here, the arrows. And there we go. So with the air conditioner going, you basically got two different options. You can have these louvers here closed, in which case it's using all of the ducting to move its air throughout the unit. Or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So basically, once you first get out to your campsite, what we recommend is that you open this up, cool off this area as quickly as you can, and then close it up and start moving the air up throughout. So we hit that bar again after cool. It'll come into heat, turn off the air conditioner, turn on the furnace. Okay. And there we go. The furnace is moving its air through kind of all these little portholes that you'll see kind of on the wall. Got a couple right by the entrance right there. So after furnace, just hit that bar again and it cycles back to off and it'll just circle back around. Below it, we've got your LP detector, so propane's heavier than air. It'll sit on the floor. This guy will detect it and start going off just like a smoke detector. For your smoke detector, it's just right here. That's that. In the slide out, your lights, again, just on their own little center push buttons. Blinds throughout the unit. All just the little slow rises. Kind of sit where you leave them. And just pop them back up for them to go back away. Your whole Versa lounge here, it's a really nice setup actually. Got an instruction booklet, or a little sheet at least, just right here. Just kind of shows you all the different setups for it. So basically you can have it set up as the dinette here, or we can pop this guy up and flip them around to the other side. Anyways. So yeah, there's all the different arrangements that you can choose. I'm just a little uncomfortable with it right now. We've also got the storage underneath. It does come with the totes. Same thing on the other side there. Also got storage underneath this couch, again with totes. And I think this even folds down. Just like that. And when lifting it back up, it does help just to give it that little bit of encouragement on the back. So at the end here, you just got the little bit of closet space, some storage there, a little bit of drawer space here. Right below it, we've got your converter. So just press the top and it pops open. All of your breakers down the middle here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it'll sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on. On the right side, we've got all of your fuses. If a fuse were to ever pop, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Into the bathroom. Just got your light switch right in the wall there. Right on the ceiling, got your roof vent with a little switch in the corner here to turn on the fan. Medicine cabinet just has a little, it's kind of elastic travel latch on the side. Latches into that tongue groove right there. GFI protected outlet, so test on the bottom, reset on top. Hot and cold water at your sink with a little bit of storage underneath. For your shower, it's just on a little magnetic slider. Hot and cold water, of course, the standard hose and shower head. And then we'll come into the back room now. Just kind of got your bunk room back here. All the lights just on their own little center push buttons, as well as underneath the bunks. So USB chargers for each bunk as well. Right down here, another folding couch. Just like that. A little bit of storage down here. And right up here, right on this wall is your TV backer with a cable inside, light outlet, power outlet, and USB charging as well. So if you wanted to mount a TV here, you got the power to do so. That's about it for the bunk room. It's a really nice, simple little room. Okay. So to your entertainment area here, you got a TV backer in the wall right here. Run it through that little hole right there to your cable and satellite outlet on top, your antenna outlet on the bottom. For turning your antenna on, just that little button right there, that green light will come on, letting you know you're powered up. Power outlet, and the unit is pre-wired for Wi-Fi. Also got the stereo right here, so the power button turns it on. So, tuning right up there. Volume here. So zone 1 is your outside set of speakers. Yeah, zone 1's your outside set. Zone 2 is your inside set. Press and hold to turn them on and off. All right, so we got no reception in here. But basically, AM, FM, have all of your AM, FM channels. USB is right in the bottom here. Bluetooth for connecting to your phone. Source just kind of cycles through the rest of them. All right, press and hold on source there, and you can get into your settings, so you can change all of your sound settings. All right. So right down in the bottom there, you've got all of your presets, 1 through 6, as well as all of your controls if you are Bluetooth connected to your phone. Headphone outlet on the left, auxiliary in on the right there, HDMI and USB. Press the power button, it'll activate mute, press and hold, turns it off. Right in the bottom, we've got your fireplace, so on the right, turns it on. Center right, we've got all of your different flame colors in the back there, so the 4 different colors to choose from. In the center, we've got the bottom light, so again, 4 different lights to choose from. Center left, we've got your temperature selection, so low or high, and then off. And then on the very left, we've got your timer. So it's 30 minutes up to 9 hours. Automatically turns off afterwards. All right. And last, right up on the wall here, you've got this little light switch. Turns on the accent light above your slide. Lastly, just into the bedroom here, this light switch is just right up on the wall. Turns on your 2 lights there. I do believe you have a TV backer back here, which is just shared with the TV backer for the living room. Cable and satellite outlet, power outlet. And as we said earlier, lift up the foot of your bed. You've got access to your storage compartment. So you can see we've got your weight distribution hitch in there. The 4 cubbies as well. Emergency exit, you're just going to be pushing that out. Pull that red tab to pop the screen and hop on out. closet space on either side with CPAP access. And that's about that for this unit. So if you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.